Now, as promised, when it comes to growing your own, my next guest has lots of experience. She's always looking to try out new and varied recipes with her products. Good morning, Lindsay Barrow. Are you well?
Good morning. Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
You're looking very well and in a picture of summer health, so it must be doing you good then. It must be doing you a little bit of good.
Oh, yes. Growing your own's very, very healthy and nutritious, so yes, I'm in fine fettle.
We should start with, what are you growing?
Oh, anything and everything in my garden at the moment. Main things that are a little bit weird and wonderful. I've got some fantastic artichokes going at the moment. I've got, let's think, what else? I've got some, and a Mexican horchata, a green climbing sort of pepper plant that I'm growing for the first time from seeds. Doing okay so far.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's okay. It's doing well.
We've had the Mexican weather.
Yes, we have.
We to help it along. It always helps.
And I've got, obviously, the usual courgettes, tomatoes, peas, everything that you can normally grow in Lancashire.
So, well, unless you do the gardening programme like me and give out advice and stuff dies on you. All my chilli plants died this year, one after another over a period of 2 weeks, and then you get people ringing up going, what do I do with my chillies? And I don't do better than me. That's all I say is do better than me. Have you got a big allotment, or are you just a big garden? Or?
Quite a large garden, about a third of an acre, just outside Leyland. Have a greenhouse. And as you mentioned, I've got chickens as well now. I've got livestock.
She's a farmer. She's officially a farmer. You've got chickens, and you're happy to answer any questions today on all these things.
I'll try.
You'll give it your best. And you brought something in as well, I believe. Oh,
that's right. I've brought you a sample, because last year I was on at this time with Ted, and I know you like your food.
Keen. I am keen.
I've brought some beetroot ice cream, which is a lot nicer than it sounds, and some chocolate and beetroot muffins for everybody to sample. So
beetroot,
yes,
in
it's
a
very
cake.
Good for you. It's good for blood pressure, good for your cardiovascular system.
It's
low fat.
good for murder mystery weekends when you spread it all over your hands after you've been chopping it up. But I don't know about it's good for chocolate cake.
Oh yes.
We'll have a go in a minute. And the ladies outside again. The ladies outside are going. So how did you get started then? Because you don't look like no, you do. We all, because everybody. I look round our allotments. We've got all different kinds of people, all ages and sexes, and there's even some Rovers fans on there. Do you know what I mean? So we've just about covered everybody. How did you get started?
I've grown vegetables from a quite early age. My mum and dad and my grandparents always grew an element of their own. They perhaps weren't as fortunate as myself in having quite a bit of land, and it started from there. So from an early age, I've always grown things like peas and beans and that type of stuff, and I've obviously continued throughout my adult life, and I try and persuade all my friends to do it too.
See, I'm similar. I am similar, but everybody's got the bug. Everybody I know has got the bug. One or two of my mates who still live on their own and everything's frozen and out of the freezer and all, not so keen, because their answer to me is, Mr. Birdseye has perfected peas. Other pea brands are available. Why should I bother?
Well, because it's so fresh, it's cheap, and it's good fun, and it keeps you out of mischief. I have a friend who recently put a name forward for an allotment, and unfortunately discovered she was going to have to wait something like 23 years before she was ever going to get a plot. So we've even managed to find a friend who's got a spare bit of garden that she can use, and she's now started growing her own. So hi to Donna in Exton.
Hello, Donna. It's easier to get a green burial plot than it is to get an allotment. Perhaps you could grow your veggies on one for 20 odd years until you shuffle off and then get put in as well. The ground, it'd be easy digging, wouldn't it?
That's a really good idea.
You get some spuds in to break up the clay, and then when they come to fill you, and then your kids. No, see, that's the bit that I don't like. Planting beetroots on top of my napper when I'm underground. I know I'm gone, but I just don't like the idea of that. We're going to find out more about growing your own from Lindsay. Yeah, she's in the studio here. You're more than welcome to come down. The kettle is officially on. It's boiling away in the corner. One of those big things like you see in Dad's Army, a proper teaser. And someone would know all about a proper cuppa, I am sure, is my guest in the studio now, Lindsay Barrow, who's keen on growing your own. And the brew is important, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. I like a herbal myself.
I'm on peppermint at the minute.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I'm thinking of growing my own tea.
Yeah, you should try it. I like peppermint tea from the garden. That's good.
When we got the allotment, me and my mate, Tony, we said, we're going to grow stuff we can brew. We meant for ale. We meant... We didn't mean, I'll have some, a nice bit of lemon and ginger, a nice bit of peppermint. But it is more and more popular now, isn't it? People not just growing things for eating, but following the huge success of draw your own. Yeah, I'm just drawing some drugs now. Grow your own drugs. People are growing and going back a couple of generations, perhaps, to when, people had recipes for... every ailment, didn't they, and things out of the garden. Have you done any of that stuff?
Yeah, I'm particularly, I swear by red sage tea to gargle with when I have a sore throat. So I go red sage in the garden. And I've also made chickweed ointment in my day. But we do quite a bit of home brewing as well, on our plot. Elderflower, cordial, champagne.
Whoa. This is a bit more like it. Not peppermint tea. Champagne,
or should we say it's fizzy elderflower. It's a partially fermented
Leyland champagne.
It's lovely.
Now,
it's gorgeous.
We are talking. Now, how do you make champagne or fizzy elderflower?
Basically, water, elderflowers, sugar, lemon, and that's it. You leave it to ferment for about 2 weeks. The natural yeasts on the elderflower make it ferment and go all scummy.
Nice. You're selling it to me now.
Yeah,
I'm there. I'm just drinking. Can I have a pint of that scummy champagne? Some say that may fit me very well. Carry on.
And then you filter it, bottle it, and approximately 2 weeks later, it's ready to drink. You missed out. Last year, I brought some in for Ted, you see. But
oh, I see you. I better have a taste of this cake then. Tell us what's gone into this cake then.
Chocolate. Well, actually, not chocolate. It's cocoa and beetroot, sugar, home-laid eggs, of course, flour, a bit of baking powder, and obviously a little bit of love as well.
I've got to carry on. You've got to carry on now. Can't feed me chocolate cake and then stop.
It's got a mouthful of cake, so I'll have to carry on. So yeah, just in a muffin case, very, very easy to make. All just whizzed up in the food processor and popped in the oven for about 25 minutes.
I was expecting a big lump of beetroot then.
No. It's pureed.
Oh, right. See, I was expecting at some point now, like when you get a raisin in your curry and it throws you. You know what I mean? I don't think you got raisins in ones that are this strong. I was expecting one of them moments.
It's very nice with the beetroot ice cream that I've brought with it. It just complements.
So we're going to have to try beetroot ice cream as well. 01254 583 583 is the number if you'd like to call, because Lindsay's here for a while and she's happy to answer all your questions about chickens, beetroot, bacon, eggs, champagne, the lots. Why have we never had you on a Sunday? It's a mystery. I'm sure we'll have you on at some point. But if you fancy... And elderflowers, there's a profusion of them this year.
There is. Yes, I've made quite a few brews. My particular elderflower tree at the bottom of my garden, so I have it there so that I know it's not getting any pollution or weed killer or anything like that on it. Has actually finished now, so I would have to go raiding the hedgerows. But I've also got oak leaf wine brewing at home as well. That's also from the hedgerows too.
Oak leaf wine? See, it's all out there for now. It's all out there for now. These are tough times. Never mind going out pub, get your own champagne and wine. And elderberry, when the berries come out, because there's been so many flowers, there's going to be loads of berries as well, isn't there?
Yeah, we're hoping we'll have a bumper season and then we'll be able to make some chutneys and preserves at the back end of the year when they come out.
So if you've got any questions of them,
before the birds.
Yeah, before the birds, indeed. You can throw a net over, can't you, over your favourite bush? And then I once made elderberry wine when I was on my YTS with my mate John. 23 quid a week, we do out we could to get a pint. 2.5 weeks, I don't think it's long enough to let it ferment, is it?
No, I think you're talking something like about 6 months for an elderberry.
6 months, 2.5 weeks. We didn't go on to become distinguished vintners of Garstang, it's got to be said. Although it did taste Alcoholic. You're listening to BBC Radio Lancashire, and I hope she's had her chocolate cakes. We've sent one up, so she'll find out in a moment. It's time for the news headlines with Alex Wersick. Don't forget more at the moment from Lindsay Barrow for the next half an hour or so, answering all your questions, and we're going to get to the bottom of the champagne that she hasn't brought in. But we maybe get a recipe so that when I come off my detox, we can have a go, because the flowers are still out there. Your text on 81333 started the text with the word Lancs, and it's Jeff in Rammy, Lindsay. He's got a problem. He's been gardening for years, still can't understand why blackfly attacks his broad beans. Have you got any solutions?
Well, myself, I always pinch the tops out of my broad beans. That seems to help. However, I'd try something like a garlic spray, just chuck a couple of garlic cloves smashed up in some water for a few days, and then try spraying that on just gently, and see if that puts them off. I don't seem to have too much trouble with blackfly. Have
you got marigolds? I believe marigolds keep rid of them.
I grow marigolds always with my tomatoes to stop them getting green fly and blackfly. And also, apparently, it stops eelworm as well, I've heard.
I believe so. You could also get yourself some of these, Jeff.
Curve them off.
I tell you. Oh, join in if you want to play army. No girls allowed. Yes, you could. Fantastic there. Yes, they'd do a power of good. Power of good. So, Jeff, try planting. I hope you've tried planting marigolds, and you can spray that bit of stuff with bit of garlic, crushed up garlic. We've also Margaret in Bispam called in and said that during the war her mother would send her out to pick elderberries, which she would then make apple and elderberry pies with. Delicious. They're quite tight though, aren't they, elderberries?
Yeah, they are. I think you'd have to use quite a lot of sugar in your mixture. Definitely, to get it palatable anyway. But you never know.
Wine pies. Two of my favourite things. So we might go. And then tell Lindsay that my elderflower is bubbling away nicely now. And the carrot cake they made yesterday is good stuff. Another 15 kilowatt from PV over the weekend. Dale, is that?
Oh, that's
Are you a Russian sleeper? Are you one of these that have come in from the cold?
Yes, the birds fly south. Dale is one of my husband's oldest friends, and him and his wife came to visit us over the weekend and had a lovely meal with us. He's into homebrew too, and he's just recently installed solar photovoltaic panels on his roof, and we're thinking of having them too. So he's gloating, basically, saying we've missed out on all that lovely feed-in tariff that solar PV would give us.
It's 40 odd pence a unit, something like
41.3.
41.3. See, I have been researching.
You obviously have.
Because the solar panels are an option, maybe in a couple of years when we finish paying for extension, but the wood burner's going into eat the... So it is all part of the good life for you.
Oh,
then.
Definitely. Yes.
So
we have wood burners as well.
People said to me, "Oh, you've got lots of money." You say, "No, I've been saving up for 6 years. I've got 2 jobs, but I don't want to pay bills."
That's correct.
Because I don't have lots of money, so in future I don't want to pay bills. It's a simple equation, I think.
I think most people who appreciate the garden and appreciate wildlife like you do yourself, Steve, that they just want to look after what they can, and obviously by minimising their little impact by having solar PV and wood burners and all that type of thing. They're doing their bit. Doing a bit. Well, I'm going to do a bit now. I'm going to have a taste of your beetroot ice cream. Unofficial stop on the Stephen Lowe ice cream trailer, Lancashire. Sue's just calling. She won first prize at Great Eccleston Show last year for a Damson gin. She's brewing again for this year's show, and the judges said it was superb. Sue, we're coming with the gardening show. Save some for me. I'll get Mrs. Law to drive, and we're going to have a go at Damson gin. Have you ever tried that, Lindsay? I've done slow gin. You've done slow gin? Slow gin. I'm not so quick after I've been on slow gin, so I know why it is called slow gin. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. You're welcome, thank you very much. And the beetroot ice cream was absolutely unique. No, it was lovely. It was lovely. It was very nice.